450 feet long, the equivalent of a 45-story building lying in the middle of a desert. Imagine the sound, not of rain, but of hammers echoing for decades in a world that had never seen a single drop fall from the sky. The command was absurd, the dimensions were supernatural, and the engineer was a man the world called insane. But Noah's Ark wasn't just a giant boat. It was the most complex feat of engineering in human history. How did he join tons of timber without a single metal nail? How did he stop the Earth's own moisture from rotting the foundation before the flood even arrived? Today, we're opening the blueprint of the divine project to reveal every detail. It all started where most people don't even look, the ground. You don't build a structure weighing thousands of tons just anywhere. Noah needed a foundation that wouldn't give way, but there was an invisible enemy rising from beneath. The Bible reveals that a mist rose from the earth to water the ground. The pre-flood world was a humid greenhouse. Try building a wooden ocean liner on top of eternal mud. The beams would sink before the first floor was even finished. Noah had to become the first master of drainage. Before raising the ark, he had to tame the earth, creating strategic channels to keep the construction site dry. Every rock removed was a test of absolute, unwavering patience. While he leveled the ground, the world around him leveled insults. Why build a port in the middle of nowhere, Noah? He didn't answer. He was too busy tuning into the Creator's frequency and preparing the foundation of salvation. Make yourself an ark of gopher wood. But these weren't bushes. They were titans of the forest. No power saws, no cranes, just the impact of bronze against fiber. But how do you move 10-ton logs across miles of terrain? The solution was the infinite roller system, a physics technique where raw strength was multiplied by wisdom. But the real challenge wasn't felling trees. It was the keel, the backbone of the ark that would support everything. No tree on Earth is 450 feet long. To create the base, Noah had to invent expansion joints, interlocking pieces locked by hardwood pegs that, upon absorbing moisture, would swell and become stronger than the original timber itself. As the ribs of the ark rose, the sight was terrifying to the skeptics. But the vital element was still missing: waterproofing. God gave the order: coat it with pitch inside and out. This wasn't just for looks. Boiling pitch created an airtight armor. Imagine the heat, the stench, the effort of covering every millimeter of that massive structure. If a single pore remained open, the pressure from the fountains of the deep would implode the vessel in minutes. Inside this armor, the layout was a masterpiece of logistics. 3 decks, heavy animals at the bottom to act as ballast and maintain balance, birds at the top for ventilation, and in the middle of it all, the nests system. These were compartments designed so that, in the chaos of the waves, no creature would be crushed. It wasn't a zoo, it was a survival ecosystem. Every space was mathematically calculated to withstand the greatest cataclysm in history. The greatest engineering detail, however, was not made by human hands. The door, a massive side opening that was the weakest point of the structure, until the impossible happened. Engineering gave way to the supernatural. The Bible says that Noah entered, and the Lord shut the door. The final seal wasn't pitch, it was the hand of God. When the fountains of the deep burst and the first rain fell, Noah's engineering was proven in the ultimate trial. Obedience was the strongest building material in the universe. The ark had no rudder, no sails. Because those under divine protection don't need to choose the direction. They only need to trust the one who guides the waters. The ark fulfilled its purpose. It was the cocoon of a new world. Today, the mountains of Ararat hold the silence of this story. But the echo of that construction still rings. God always provides a refuge for those who hear his voice. It doesn't matter how crazy the project looks to the rest of the world, but what happened the moment they stepped out? How did just 8 people repopulate a planet that was totally devastated and silent?